Okay, welcome back students. On the first lab related to computer vision, we will discuss the basics of the software we will be using, how to use it, and then we will also be discussing a little bit about the assignments that I have for you people. So there are two main assignments for you. The time is short, so there will be no extra time, only 1 week, and you have to do this uh, strictly. So here, first of all, I will explain the software. So those who don't know this, who haven't used, Anaconda is basically a package. So here I will show you. When you install Anaconda, it will be over here like this. So in the Anaconda, you over here we will see different types of sub softwares. So there is one software called Spider, one is Jupyter, then the Anaconda itself has the prompt and the PowerShell. There can be more software. So Anaconda is just like a big software, just like you have Windows. In the Windows you install other softwares. So Anaconda is a big software inside which you can install other softwares. So most of these softwares are related to Python, but there can be some other languages also supported. So Spider is a software that is used for Python programming, and Jupyter is also used for the same purpose. We will be using Jupyter. So when you click on the Jupyter is a different type of programming. So click on this and it will open slowly. First of all, it will open a small window like this, and after some time this small window will automatically launch a web page like this one. It will launch this thing, sorry. So it will launch this thing over here, and from the side you can click on new and Python 3. So you see over here there is another language available also, Python 3 and R. These are two programming languages available. So you click on Python, it will open a new page. Or if you have downloaded lectures from the website, from SharePoint, and you are in the same folder, you can click on those lectures and they will open. So over here I have two lectures active in green color. Introduction, that I will use first. So introduction is this one. When you will click on this thing, another window will open, another tab, and this is the tab for lab 1 introduction. Okay. So lab 1 introduction, here we will see how the software works. So this is the Jupyter software. It's a totally different approach. It's amazing, wonderful. It's totally different from any other programming software you have used till now. Remember softwares like Visual Studio, Dr. Java. Over there you have an environment where you write a code. So Spider, the other software I showed you, it is just like Dr. Java. But here this approach is different. You need some time to understand it. It's interesting. Here is the programming language in which we call it literate programming. So it is based on, so I will explain it carefully, listen. So it is based on this programming, it is based on cells. So for example, I click only one time over here. I go to insert and I say insert cell above. So it will create a small cell over here. So this over here area, this area is called as cell. So you see only one place to write, one line, so that's a cell. In this cell you can write any Python code. Now this cell can have two types. Okay. For example, here it can have a code cell or a markdown cell. What's the difference? First of all, we will see the code cell. Code cell is the cell where you type. It is by default, it's over there. You can type over here any Python command. So I ask you over here that I have created the Datacamp assignment for you people who don't know at all the Python, but most of you have come after the courses like media computation, so I expect that they know Python. So here it is, the Datacamp, the assignment is created. This time I have given you the link, invite link. So the invite link that I have provided, it's like this one. So invite link, I have created this link. Using this link you have to join over here automatically. I will not add anyone. So when you will come over here, your name will show. Then you have to do 2 assignments. I have created 2 assignments. The time given is this much. I will not change this time. 26th July, automatically it will lock and it will show me how many students have completed how much percentage of assignment. Remember, we don't have exams, so these marks are important. Don't take it non-seriously. Okay, so 2 assignments I have created: Introduction to Python and Intermediate Python. What is it about? In Introduction to Python, here is the course. When you will open, it will show you, for example, the basics of the Python. Very basic things, how Python can be used, what are the variables inside Python, and what are the operations in this language. So this is the first chapter. Very simple, basics of Python. Second chapter will be about lists. List is a type of it's a data type here, and it's equivalent to C++ or Java arrays. So in Python we don't have arrays, we use lists. Okay, and how to use it, it's important for you people because it will be used in your course a lot. It will be used. Then the third chapter comes is about functions and packages. It will give you a very brief idea. All of these things are very important, you must know. And the last chapter is again very important, NumPy. We will be using this NumPy. Clear? So this is very, very important for you people to understand and use these things. Okay, so this is your assignment number 1. If you already know this, you have done it in another course automatically with your name, but you still have to sign in. You have to be the member using that link I provided in the WhatsApp group. So when you will come here, automatically it will show you if you have done it, but I think maybe it has changed. You have to check. Okay, so it has changed. For example, you see I did this course before, but it does not show me that I have done these slides. So these are the new slides they have added later, so automatically it shows that I haven't done these slides, so my course is not complete. So be careful for yourself also. So this is the first course. After this, the second course is on Intermediate Python. So Intermediate Python is about 4 chapters again. First is Matplotlib. It's a library we will also use to make graphs, and it's used also to draw images. So definitely for computer vision it's important. And then we will see some more data types like dictionaries and pandas, and then how to use if statement, for loops over here. Now loops comes next. If statement and structures related to if statement, how to use them, it's important. And the last one is, second last is the loops. That one is also very important. Inside the loop here you will see while loop and for loop, how to use them. So both of these chapters, both of these courses with the 4 and 5 chapters, they are important. They will give you a base to start in this course. Clear? So when you are done with this, then you will come back over here, and then we will start working over here in Jupyter. So in the Jupyter we have a cell. In this cell I can type any Python command. For example, in Python I can write print hello. When you write this command, make sure if it's a code cell, it will show you over here code. See, the next cell is markdown cell, but this one is code cell. Code cell will show code here, and there will be over here something written in. What does it mean? We'll see. So when I click on this cell and I click on run, only one line or one cell has been executed. Now this is different from other softwares like Dr. Java. Here only one line has run, and the interesting thing is the result is also over here shown. So the result is also shown, and in means that this is the input number 1. Then I can insert another cell as much as I want. So this is inserted above, I can insert below. Okay, and here I can put another command, for example print or I can even put math commands. 20 plus 45. When I press run, it will show me the output, and here you see it says for the print it's not showing. I don't know why. Let me try again. So for the print they have changed. Before it used to show over here out, but for the others it shows the out is written. So it shows that the output is input number 4. So this is the command we run at number 4, and the output is this output number 4, value is 65. Now there is one more important thing. There is no such thing as in Dr. Java. There is no sequence of instructions. The command that you run, it will have a number that is more than the other. For example, here it is 3, so it means that 3 was executed before 4. But if I run it again, now it is 5. So there is no strict order between these instructions. Still, even if you want, you can move this cell up or down. It's up to you. You can move it to the top, below, up to you. Clear? So this is it. Now I will explain why this whole environment is like a web page. Because this type of programming, you can search on Wikipedia for this. It's called literate programming. Literate programming means that unlike normal C++ or Java program, over there when you write a program, you send your code to someone else. Someone else will run that code and then see the answer, how this code runs. Okay. Here in this case, the answer is already saved as a web page. Now if I give this page to someone else, just like I gave it to you using the SharePoint, it is already saved. Everything is saved. The output, the result is already, that was executed, it's already over there saved. So it's a very interesting concept that came in last 5-10 years, but it's extremely popular and it's used a lot. I hope it's clear. So over here, to make this literate programming more interesting, they created another type of cell. The second type, I told you there are two types. It's called Markdown. Markdown is a very simple language, much simpler than the HTML. So it's based on the same rules like in HTML. So here, now this cell is not a code cell. It's a programming, it's a Markdown cell. If you run this cell, it will become the text like in Word file. So in the end, what happens is that you can write a page like a web page or a Word page that contains the text plus the code and the answer or the result of the code. All three things on a single page. So it's very interesting thing, and it's used for very high level tasks. Even using people doing their masters and PhD thesis, they are writing their documentation like this. Okay. Now it's your job. There is a lot of detail related to this, but we don't discuss over here. You can search on the internet. For example, you write over here Markdown, and here you write Markdown commands, and it will give you a lot of commands for the Markdown. What you can do in the Markdown, it's written here, Markdown cheat sheet. So it's not a big language. Hardly 10 or 15 commands are there in this language. So for example, if I want to show the text like this one, bold, I will put over here the pound sign or hash sign and a space. Now it's big. Okay. And if I want to decrease the size, now this is level 2 heading, then level 3 and level 4 and so on. So if I run this code cell, these are the levels. You see, they are becoming smaller. That's how I created over here. Now you can double click on these existing cells. You can see what is it like. So here you see, this is level 1. And here if you see now, interesting thing, if you put a dash and a space, it will automatically create the list bullets like in PowerPoint. And if you put a tab before that, it will create the bullet of next level. Clear? So this is this one is I think not correct. And let's change it. It's not correct. So here, yeah, now it's working. So there was not space, that's why it's not working. Now it will work. You see, before it was not working. Now it works. These are the bullets which are circle bullets, and this is a small square bullet. So this is the introduction. So if I want to delete, I will press D 2 times. It will delete it. This is the introduction. Now it's the details are for you people to explore, but it's not a difficult language. But definitely you will do your project in this language, so you have to learn Jupyter, Markdown, and how to code in it. So here we will be working on the first lab. We will be working with OpenCV. So remember, OpenCV is basically the short form of Open Source Computer Vision. That is the full name, Open Source Computer Vision. So exam question can be OpenCV stands for. So it means that what is the full form of OpenCV? So OpenCV stands for Open Source Computer Vision. Basically it was a library created for C++. So this library was just I think 2 weeks ago they celebrated 20 years anniversary, you can say, for this library. This library was launched somewhere in 2000, June 2000. So 20 years have completed for this OpenCV library. Originally it was created for C++, but now currently this library is popular in 2 languages, C++ and Python. This library is very famous. It's used in industry also. It's not a joke library. It's a serious working professional library. It has use or applications, big projects in robotics, augmented reality. What it is, this is I leave it to you to explore. And then it's also used in the medical image processing. Why it is popular? Because it is simple, the OpenCV, and it is plural, means that it can handle many things. This library can handle many different areas, and it's easy or quick to understand. So quick understanding of image processing using the code, so we can easily implement whatever we learn in the class. And also one other important feature is that OpenCV has a very nice documentation. I will again go back. So here if you write OpenCV, you will see on the internet that it has the first or second link that will come. It will give you a detail about the OpenCV. So let's say OpenCV ImRead. Let me write one function from OpenCV. So here is it, docs.opencv.org. This is the website. It's a complete documentation, and it's very nice documentation. Most of these lab notes I have created from there. So it explains everything in much detail. OpenCV works for both the versions of Python. Those who already use Python or they know it, Python has 2 different versions, 2 main versions. These versions are a little bit different from each other. One is the old one, now it is not used much. It was called 2.7, and the new Python, which is used a lot now, it is version 3 plus, means that 3.2, 3.4, 6, now I think it is 3.9, and we will be using it a lot, and we will be playing with this library a lot in this lab. What I expect from you in this course, that you should have some experience with Python programming. It's not necessary, but that's for that purpose I have put the Datacamp assignments. You have to do this in 1 week. And after completing this course, what is the aim is that you should have a knowledge on using the code to perform some basic image processing tasks, and you should be confident with yourself. Okay, again coming back to the software, I explained earlier, Anaconda is basically a package. It's not one software. So it is available on anaconda.org, and it's a complete package. It comes with it's one combined software to handle lots of things, lots of Python packages and some other accessories. So it comes with Jupyter, it comes with Spider, and it comes also with R language, which is different from Python. So amongst these packages, I told you Spider is more like Dr. Java, but we will be using Jupyter because it is literate programming. So literate programming is the style of programming where the code and the comment on the code, the text, they come on the same page. So Jupyter Notebook, it is literate programming. It allows us to write code and the description of the code on the same place. And it is available for Python and R language. And one other language that we use over here for literate programming, it is called the Markdown language. Markdown language is the one you see over here, this word written. It is the one that is used to write this text over here, the non-programming text. So Markdown language is HTML like language, and it's very simple. It has hardly 15 to 18 instructions. Okay, so here I leave some space for you people. First of all, to make sure that your code is working properly, the libraries you have properly installed, you must write over here import and the name of the library. Instead of going to run button, you can also over here use the command control plus enter. Control, you press the control button and the enter button, it will run this command, run this cell. There are two more versions of the control button of the running the cell. One is called shift plus enter. Shift plus enter will run this cell and move to the next cell. It is important when you have 10 or 20 cells, you want to run them one by one very fast, then you will use shift enter. And finally there is one more command, it is alt plus enter. When you press like this, it will run this cell and it will create an empty cell next. Okay, so here I show you, for example, I write over here import. So for matplotlib, you will learn from the Datacamp .pyplot. This is as PLT. Why we do like this, you will see. So if I press over here alt enter, it will create a new cell. I show you here. You see, alt enter creates a new cell in between. So here I can put import, for example, and the third library we will be using is numpy as np. Okay, so here I will do this and I run over here the third cell, and third cell over here. Now three packages have installed. Sorry, they are already there installed. They have executed now. They are running. When they don't give any error, it means that the library is now working. You can use it. So for example, you have cv2.imread. You write cv2 dot and then press the tab key. It will show you options, lots of options. Okay, so we will discuss it in the next class. Now this is it. Deselect the cell, press 2 times D, it will delete. This was your lab number 1. Practice with it a lot. Here you practice with the cells. Try to add a cell and put some over here, add new cells, delete a cell, put markdown cells over here. This is your practice area. Remember, it will help you in your assignments and project. And this is your assignment now. I will upload it on the SharePoint also. In this assignment, this is assignment 1 for your lab number 1 introduction. Here you have a task. You are given a number n equal to 4. Okay, so this number is given. When I run this command, now the n is available. You can print n. It will give you n is 4. Okay, when the n is given to you, I can change the n. You will write some code over here, some for statement, and it will print the table of n. N is 3 for example, then it will print 3 multiplied by 1 equal to 3. So it will print all the 12 values from 3 times 1 equal to 3 until 3 times 12 equal to 36. So it will automatically print. I will only press the run button and it will print the complete table. Now this is your job. You will do this using mainly for loops or print statements, but don't print it manually. I don't need manual. You start typing manually 12 or 15 lines over here. No, you have to use for loop. Okay, so this is your assignment. Complete it and submit it to me with your Datacamp assignment. You have 1 week time for this also. So this is it. I finish here, and good luck for your both assignments. Remember, there are no exams, or the exams are not so proper, so the assignments will have a lot of importance or weightage. So good luck.